UPSC
Today we are
Guru.
going to discuss in the Mughal Empire, the next Mughal ruler after the Jahangir, Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan, he was last but one. After the Jahangir, in the last class we discussed Jahangir. Jahangir ruled from 1627 to 1605 to 1627. Jahangir ruled 1605 to 1627. In the year 1627, Jahangir he fell ill. Whenever Jahangir fell ill, the wife of the Jahangir, Nur Jahan, she gave her daughter Lalli Begum to the Jahangir second son Shahryar. Jahangir he had 4 sons. First one was Khusru, second Shahryar, third Khurram, fourth Parvez. So Jahangir had 4 sons: Khusru, Shahryar, Khurram, Parvez. In 1605, in the year 1605, Khusru died. Khusru was captured. Khusru was revolted against Khusru revolted against Jahangir, and finally Khusru captured in 1612. 1620, Khusru died. Khurram gave poison to the Khusru. So like that, Khusru ended in 1620. Shahryar was not strong. Among these 3 people, among these 3 sons of the Jahangir, after the Khusru, next Khurram was very powerful. Khurram he occupied Kangra. Khurram occupied Kangra during the time of the Jahangir period. Khurram also occupied Ahmednagar during the time of Jahangir period. Ahmednagar, and also Bijapur, Golconda. All these areas were defeated. By the Khurram. That's why Khurram he got the Shah Jahan title. But in 1627, whenever Jahangir fell ill in 1627, by this time, Khurram was there at Deccan. In the Delhi, there was Nur Jahan. Nur Jahan, she gave her daughter Lalli Begum. To Shahryar. Shahryar, he was second son of second son of Jahangir. Jahangir's son. Here, who was Nur Jahan? Nur Jahan, Jahangir wife. Lalli Begum, Nur Jahan son, Nur Jahan daughter. Lalli Begum, Nur Jahan daughter. Shahryar, Jahangir daughter. So Nur Jahan gave her daughter to the Jahangir son Shahryar. That happened. In Hindu religious tradition, we cannot do like that. But in Islamic tradition, they can do they can marry cousins. Lalli Begum was not daughter of Jahangir. Shahryar was not son of Nur Jahan. That's why those two were married. Finally, Shahryar became ruler. It was at this moment Asaf Khan. Who was Asaf Khan? Asaf Khan, he was the brother of Jahangir. brother of Nur Jahan. Nur Jahan brother Asaf Khan. Asaf Khan gave her daughter Anjuman Begum. Anjuman Begum. She was popularly known as Mumtaz Begum later period to the Khurram, that is Shah Jahan. This was correct. So here Nur Jahan, she wanted to made her son-in-law as a ruler, but Asaf Khan, he wanted to made his son-in-law as a ruler. There occurred fight between Shahryar and Khurram. Khurram defeated the Shahryar. Khurram came to the throne in 1627. Khurram ascended the throne as Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan. So Shah Jahan period in the history of the Mughals, so Shah Jahan in the history of the Mughals, Shah Jahan, he ruled from 1627 to 1658. Shah Jahan ruled nearly 32 years. He ruled 32 years. Shah Jahan period is considered as golden age of Mughals. It was called as golden age of Mughals because he constructed many constructions. He constructed many constructions, beautiful constructions like Red Fort and also Taj Mahal. That's why his period is considered as a golden age of Mughals and also golden age of Indian architecture. Golden age of Indian architecture. That's why he was called as Emperor of Indian architecture. Emperor of Indian architecture. Shah Jahan was called as. So these are the titles of the Shah Jahan. Asaf Khan, he was called as a uncle. Asaf Khan title was uncle. Asaf Khan titled as uncle during the Shah Jahan period. Shah Jahan originally called as Khurram. Khurram means happy. Khurram means happy. Sometimes they used to ask the meanings in the exam. Okay. It was at this moment, coming to the point of the death of Mumtaz Mahal. Death of Mumtaz. Death of Mumtaz in 1631. Mumtaz Begum, originally called as Anjuman Banu Begum. Anjuman Banu Begum, she was daughter of Asaf Khan. Already I told to you she was daughter of Asaf Khan. Asaf Khan was brother of Nur Jahan. So Anjuman Banu Begum was given to the Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan only wife, according to the history, she was only wife of the Shah Jahan. And Shah Jahan, he had 14 children with Mumtaz Begum. While she was, originally she was Anjuman Banu Begum, entitled as a Mumtaz, and Nawab Aliya Begum, she was also called as Nawab Aliya Begum. Nawab Aliya Begum. She was also called as Nawab Aliya Begum, or entitledly called Mumtaz Begum. She was also called as Mumtaz Begum. In 1631, she died after giving 14th children. 1631, she died because of pregnancy pains. At the time of the giving birth, 14th child to the birth, she died at Barampur. Burhanpur. She died at Burhanpur. So for the memory of the Mumtaz Mahal, or for the memory of the Mumtaz Begum, in 1631, Shah Jahan he started to construct Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal, it took 20 years to construct, 22 years. It started in 1631, ended in 1653. It took 22 years for the construction. 22 years for the construction. 20,000 people worked for the construction of the Taj Mahal. By that time, its cost was nearly 6 crores. 6 crores. A beautiful monument in the India. Taj Mahal. After this, during the Shah Jahan period, there occurred some famines. Famines were also occurred during the famines Karul in 1630-32. A terrible famine. 1630-1632. A terrible famine occurred during the Shah Jahan period. Terrible famine in Deccan and Gujarat. It was there at Gujarat and Deccan. Gujarat and Deccan. That was a terrible famine. Peter Mundy, English traveler. Peter Mundy. He was called as Peter Mundy, English traveler. During the time of the Shah Jahan period, he said that they took a heavy toll of life and caused a terrible misery to the people. By this time, one person was waiting to death of the another person. ఇంకొకడు ఎప్పుడు చనిపోతాడా, వాడిని ఎప్పుడు తిందామా అంటే ఆ చనిపోయినటువంటి శవాన్ని తినేద్దామనేటటువంటి ఉద్దేశంతో మిగతా వాళ్ళు వెయిట్ చేస్తుండేవాళ్ళు. దట్ వాస్ ద వెరీ వెరీ సివియర్ ఫ్యామైన్ ఆఫ్ దట్ పీరియడ్. షాజహాన్ టుక్ నో సిన్సియర్ measurements for this according to the Peter Mundy. Abdul Hamid Lahori. Abdul Hamid Lahori, a historian of that period. Abdul Hamid Lahori, he was a historian. Abdul Hamid Lahori, he used to say that destitution at last reached such a pitch that men began to devote to each other flesh of a son was preferred to his love. సో అంటే ఒకరికొకరు ఎదుటి వ్యక్తి ఎప్పుడు చనిపోతాడా అని చూస్తున్నటువంటి రోజులు. దట్ వాజ్ దిస్. సో during the time of the Shah Jahan period, you have to remember this is most important thing, terrible famine. Another important thing of that period, Shah Jahan he constructed peacock throne. Shah Jahan he constructed peacock throne. At the head of the peacock throne, he arranged the Kohinoor diamond. He kept Kohinoor diamond. Kohinoor diamond which was given to the Shah Jahan by the Abdullah Qutub Shah. Abdullah Qutub Shah. Abdullah Qutub Shah. He was Golconda ruler. Golconda ruler Abdullah Qutub Shah gave peacock throne, Kohinoor diamond to the Shah Jahan. Abdullah Qutub Shah, especially his minister Mir Jumla, he gave that. Mir Jumla gave that. That was a peacock throne, construction of the peacock throne. And during the Shah Jahan period, Bernier came to India. Foreigners. Tavernier, he came to India. Manusi, he also came to India. Manusi. These were the foreign travelers visited The court of Shah Jahan. Bernier, he came to India from French. Tavernier also from the French. Tavernier, he was also from the French. And Manussi, he was from Italy. So this also you have to remember. Bernier from the French, Tavernier from the French, and Manussi from the Italy. These were the foreigners visited the court of Shah Jahan. During the Shah Jahan period, coming to the point of the Deccan Wars. Every time Deccan Wars, it got its importance. It got its importance. Deccan Wars, Deccan policy. He followed the same policy of the Akbar and Jahangir. He followed the same policy of the Akbar and Jahangir. Akbar policy and Jahangir policy. He succeeded in this policy. Khan Jahan Lodi, during his period, Khan Jahan Lodi revolted. Khan Jahan Lodi, he revolted during the time of Shah Jahan period. He was Deccan governor. He was helped by the Sultan of Ahmednagar. Helped by the Sultan of Ahmednagar. Originally, Khan Jahan Lodi, he was Deccan governor of the Mughals. He was Deccan governor of Mughals. Deccan governor of Mughals. Khan Jahan Lodi. So Khan Jahan Lodi, Mughal governor, he revolted against the Shah Jahan with the help of Ahmednagar. So this is a revolt. This also you have to remember. 1633, he was defeated and Ahmednagar was also captured. In 1633, Ahmednagar was captured. Ahmednagar was captured. And Bijapur, Golconda was also submitted. Bijapur submitted. Golconda was also submitted. Bijapur was also submitted. Golconda was also submitted by the Shah Jahan. These two, they agreed to pay the tribute. Aurangzeb appointed as a Deccan governor. Aurangzeb, he was third son of the Shah Jahan. He was appointed as a Deccan governor. Aurangzeb was appointed as a Deccan governor. And Mir Jumla gifted Kohinoor diamond. I already told to you relation with the, during the time of the Shah Jahan period, coming with the relation with the Portuguese. Relation with the Portuguese. Portuguese established a factory at Hooghly. In the West Bengal, Hooghly, they established a Portuguese factory. This was the Portuguese factory. Established at Hooghly. They kidnapped Indian, Hindu and Muslim children. Portuguese, they kidnapped Indian, Hindu children and Muslim children. These two were kidnapped by the Portuguese. They also engaged the cruel slave trade. Portuguese were also engaged the cruel slave trade. They are kidnapping the Indians and converted into the slaves. So ordered Qasim Khan, the governor of the Qasim Khan, by that time, Qasim Khan, he was governor of the Bengal. Qasim Khan was ordered to capture Hooghly by the Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan ordered to the Qasim Khan to capture the Hooghly. That was the relation with the Portuguese. At the time of the end of this rule, end of the Shah Jahan rule, there started War of Succession. War of Succession started at the time of the Shah Jahan period. Mainly, this is most important. Shah Jahan has 4 sons. Shah Jahan, he has 4 sons. The 4 sons were, first one, Dara Shikoh. Second, Shah Shuja. Third, Aurangzeb. Fourth, Murad Bakshi. 4 sons of the Shah Jahan. 4 sons. Among these 4 sons of the Shah Jahan, Dara Shikoh, he was gentleman. And also Dara Shikoh, he translated first time Bhagavad Gita into Persia. First time Bhagavad Gita translated into Persia by the Dara Shikoh, eldest son of Shah Jahan. So Shah Jahan wanted to make Dara Shikoh as a ruler, but Aurangzeb did not accept it. By this time, Dara Shikoh, he was there at Punjab governor. Shah Shuja, he was a Bengal governor. And Aurangzeb, he was Deccan governor. Murad Bakshi was a Gujarat governor. So 4 members in the different places, they declared independence themselves whenever Shah Jahan fell ill in 1657. But Aurangzeb directly, he came from Deccan to the Delhi. Aurangzeb came to the Delhi. He captured Shah Jahan and Shah Jahan was sent to jail. And there occurred war among the Dara Shikoh and war occurred between Dara Shikoh and Aurangzeb. Because Dara Shikoh, he wanted to become a king. Why? Because Dara Shikoh was the eldest son of the Shah Jahan. Definitely he was the legal heir of the throne. So Battle of Dharmat and Battle of Samaghar. Battle of Dharmat and Battle of Samaghar. In the Battle of Dharmat and the Battle of Samaghar, in these 2 battles, Dara Shikoh was completely defeated by the Aurangzeb. Dara Shikoh was captured. Finally, Dara Shikoh was hanged by Aurangzeb. He defeated his father and he made the prisoner. Dara Shikoh and his father was also made the prisoners. So 8 years after the 8 years, 1658 to 1666, 8 years he was there. Shah Jahan was there at jail. 1666, Shah Jahan died. At the time of the Shah Jahan was there in the jail, Shah Jahan was served by his daughter Jahanara. There was a different story, different misunderstanding was occurred between the Jahanara and Shah Jahan in the mind of the historians. Shah Jahan ku Jahanara ku edo sambandham undani cheppesi historians rasaru. Whatever it may be, Shah Jahan did not married after the Anjuman Banu Begum. Jahanara also did not get married. She was also not get married. Dara Shikoh declared as a kafir and Dara Shikoh was hanged. Kafir means matadrohi. After this, next to Battle of another battle. This was Battle of Quazza with Shah Shuja. Battle of Quazza with Shah Shuja. Shah Shuja was defeated and Shah Shuja he escaped to the Nepal forest and he never come back. History not known after that the details of Sasuja. Sasuja also defeated, escaped to the Nepal. And Rupnagar war with Murad. Rupnagar. This was the battle of Rupnagar or Rupnagar war. This with Murad, last son of the Shah Jahan, Murad. Murad was also captured and Murad was hanged at Gwalior. Murad was hanged at Gwalior. Finally, in 1658, in the year 1658, Aurangzeb ascended the throne. Aurangzeb crowned in 1658. Aurangzeb was considered as a last great Mughal emperor. Last great Mughal emperor. So this is about the Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan, he started his rule in 1627, ended his rule in 1658. So this is about Shah Jahan. In the next class, we are going to discuss the last Mughal emperor, Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was quite opposite to the Akbar. So whatever Akbar introduced, Aurangzeb stopped that. That we will discuss in the next video. Good luck to you.